Wisconsin and Purdue, noon Saturday here on BTN. Let's get ready for that one with Alex Erickson, wide receiver for Wisconsin, who comes in third in the Big Ten in receptions. And Alex, before we look forward, let's look back to that game against Nebraska. It's the first time in Wisconsin history, as you're probably aware, that the Badgers won a game when throwing 50 or more passes. What's it like to be part of this new look, wide open air raid Badger attack?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far, air raid, but yeah, it's been good when our number's called. Opportunities present themselves, you got to make the most of them. And I felt like as an offense, we got the opportunity to do that, and we executed.
Has it caught you off guard at all, the amount which you guys have thrown the ball this year? I mean, we obviously know it's a byproduct of some banged up running backs and offensive line, maybe not being where it's been historically, but did you expect the offense to look like this?
Yeah, it's one of the things. It's hard to predict, but like you said, when the running backs go down, we got some new linemen, trying to gain some experience and still trying to establish that running game a little bit more. But yeah, it was hard to predict how much we were going to throw, but it's exciting. We love the opportunity, and especially as a wide receiver and the rest of the wide receivers, when the ball is up in the air, we just go get it.
Part of it, obviously, has been the growth of Joel Stave as well. Where have you seen him improve the most during the course of this year?
Joel's been the same guy, I think, for the most part. Coach Chris does a great job making sure he's comfortable with the play calls, and, it's, repping it in practice and then turning it over to the game. And, Joel's done a great job feeling comfortable, and, his confidence is high. And, he's our guy. We believe in him, and we trust him, what he's doing back there. And just trying to help them out the best we can.
Alex, you are from Darlington, Wisconsin, population about 2,500. What is the most notable thing we should know about Darlington?
Yeah, it's not too big of a town, but the community's great, and they got a great football tradition down there, even for a small town, and a lot of success with the football program, and it was an honor to be a part of that, and it's still continued today. So. Their football something that they take with great pride down there, and just trying to make them proud. Aside
from football, anything else we should know?
They got a really good pizza joint. It's called Vingers. It's about, cardboard thin crust pizza, really thin, but people love it. And even the people that move away, when they come back, they got to get themselves some Vingers pizza. So that's a pretty notable thing about Darlington, Wisconsin.
Now, you were a multi-sport athlete there. You played basketball, ran track as well, and I know you were headed to Stevens Point to play basketball and then decided not to go. Take us through that decision-making process and what led you to go to Madison instead.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that went into it. Obviously, I got accepted late in Wisconsin and got the opportunity to walk on here. And, I had my deposit sent in. I was ready to move into Stevens Point, play some hoops, but when an opportunity presented itself, like a walk-on here at Wisconsin, I had to take that, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, it was a whirlwind of events that happened quick, and it all worked out.
But correct me if I'm wrong, they didn't even have a walk-on spot for you initially, right?
Yeah, not initially. Because by the time I accepted the 105 fall roster spot was already filled, so I didn't even join the team until my second semester here at university.
So we live in this era of specialization, Alex, and just looking at kind of all the different things you did in high school, how do you think being a multi-sport athlete benefited you?
I think the biggest thing for me was just competing. You're competing all year round, whether it's playing basketball in the winter and then running track in the spring. The competition that, if you only play one sport, you're only getting it in that season. So I think the competition all year round is one thing I really gained and appreciated by being a multi-sport athlete.
It's interesting to look at the roster now, and you talk about the stars of this Wisconsin team. Obviously, you're the leading receiver. Daria Gumbawale is having a very good year. Joel Stave has been the quarterback now for several years. Joe Schobert is having one of the best years of any defensive player in America. And, of course, you know what the thread is here. You guys were all walk-ons. So who's the best walk-on on this Wisconsin team?
That's tough. All great guys, all great competitors. Obviously, Schobert, he's one of those unique athletes with his, his abilities and jumping ability. You see that video, he had that dunk in the summer. And so athletically, he's probably the best one out of all of us just because he's a freak. But, we're all good. I think we all play the right way and compete hard, and we're all doing it for the right reasons.
Not only are you all walk-ons, but you're all in-state walk-ons. Do you feel like the state of Wisconsin doesn't get the respect? I mean, obviously all of you should have been recruited players because you've contributed at the very highest level.
Yeah, I think so. Wisconsin's got a lot of smaller schools, so I feel like a lot of guys are underrated. A lot of guys go under the radar, and you know, the walk-on program here gives guys like that, guys like us, the opportunity to, you know, play, and we take great pride in that, and it's a tradition that just keeps building, and we're just trying to keep that legacy going.
I mentioned off the top you have Purdue this weekend here on BTN. What stands out when you watch them on tape?
You know, they're a well-coached team. We know what they present. They're going to be physical. They're going to come in here, and they're going to give us our best shot. And so we're going to prepare just like we have every single week, and just get back on the practice field today and start preparing.
Last year, you guys lost your conference opener to Northwestern, and then you didn't lose again in regular season play. When you lost to Iowa in the first Big Ten game, was there any talk about what happened last year?
You know, we knew it was a new year, new team, but guys remember that, and guys, we've been in that position before, and we had reiterated that, and so this year we got the same focus, just try to win it next game. Purdue this weekend, we're just focusing on them and not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves, and we're excited for it, and we know the ball's in our corner and we can control it, so 1 week at a time and just take care of business.
Wisconsin wide receiver Alex Erickson. Alex, thanks again for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave.